Put a potato in your indoor plants, and you'll never waste a plant again. Start by peeling a few potatoes. Potatoes are among the most commonly consumed vegetables. Typically, we use only their flesh, while the peels end up in the trash. This time, however, don't throw the peels away as usual. Potato skins are packed with nutrients like starch, potassium, and phosphorus, which you can easily put to use at home. Collect the peels and place them in a jar. Choose a container large enough to hold all the peels. Next, cover the scraps with water, ensuring they are fully submerged. Finally, seal the jar. If you don't have a lid, tightly wrap the top of the jar with aluminum foil. The potato mixture needs time to develop its benefits, so store it in the refrigerator for a week. During this time, the peels will release potassium, phosphorus, and magnesium into the water. After a week, strain the liquid into another container and discard the peels. They are no longer needed. And that's it. You now have a natural fertilizer, perfect for watering indoor plants, garden flowers, and vegetables. This water is an excellent source of minerals that will strengthen your plants, ensuring abundant blooms and healthy growth. It's a simple, eco-friendly way to transform potato peels into a nourishing elixir for your garden. I'll reveal a gardening secret to you. With this, your flower pot will bloom longer. First, place your chosen pot on a stable surface and add the first layer of suitable soil. It should be light, well-draining, and rich in nutrients to give the bulbs a good start. Insert the bulbs of the first flowers, choosing the largest ones and placing them at the correct depth. Make sure you position them with the flat side down so they can root properly and sprout. Add another layer of soil, then place the second layer of bulbs for different flowers. But remember, don't plant them too tightly. Plants need space to grow. Again, add soil, and then the final layer of bulbs for the next flowers. Choose the smallest and latest blooming plants. Finally, cover everything with soil, level the surface, and you're done. With layered planting, the flowers will bloom one after another, creating a spectacular effect all season long. Don't forget to water regularly to encourage continued blooming. Sprinkle a handful over the orchid. This fertilizer will make it bloom abundantly. You can have beautifully flowering orchids at home if you provide them with the right supplements. I'll show you how to feed orchids. With this fertilizer, they will produce many new buds, be healthy and robust. New flower stems will appear, even on old stems. You'll learn 2 methods that I use to fertilize orchids with one product. Here's the first method. Pour about a cup of rice into a pan and turn on the stove. Heat it in a dry pan for about 3 minutes. It should be lightly toasted but not burned. When it cools a bit, transfer the rice to a blender. Grind the rice grains. Transfer the rice flour to a jar. You can store it this way and take the right amount for orchid fertilization. I take a tablespoon of ground rice and pour it into a bowl. Then, I pour boiling water over it, mix and leave it to cool. During this time, the water will absorb many minerals from the rice. You can also use ground rice with cold water. Pour water into a glass with a teaspoon of ground rice. Leave it for some time to let the water absorb the most valuable elements from the rice. You can water orchids with this water. Thanks to this fertilizer, the orchid strengthens. You can give at least 5 tablespoons to each pot. It's enough to do this once a month. The second method is traditional, using raw rice. Pour water over the rice and let it stand. You can use warm or cold water in this method. In the case of cold water, always leave the rice in the water for a longer time. Use this fertilizer regularly, especially when orchids have flower buds. This way, you'll have beautiful flowers. Put tulips in a vase like this. Save wilted tulips. They'll stay fresh for weeks. First, prepare a Ziploc bag. Fill it with water and seal it tightly. Lay the bag flat in the freezer for a few hours. Once the water freezes, place the ice bag on a cutting board, cover it with a towel, and carefully break it into small pieces with a hammer. Next, place the tulips in warm water for about 10 minutes to stimulate their stems. Then, pour the crushed ice into a vase and add fresh water. The temperature difference will revive the tulips and bring back their firmness. Before placing the flowers in the vase, pierce each stem with a needle just below the flower head. This will help them absorb more water and stay fresh longer. Cut the ends of the stems at an angle, trimming about 1/2 to 1 inch off. Now, place the prepared tulips into the vase. Thanks to this simple trick, your tulips will lift their heads and decorate your home beautifully for the next few weeks, looking fresh and vibrant. Dissolve in water and water your geraniums. They'll be covered in flowers like never before. Since I started using this fertilizer, my geraniums have been producing countless new buds and growing beautifully. Take some dry yeast from your kitchen cupboard. Put a teaspoon of yeast into a small bowl, then add a teaspoon of sugar. Pour in a little water and mix everything until the yeast dissolves. Yeast contains B vitamins, organic iron, amino acids, and trace elements, making it an excellent fertilizer for potted plants. Once the yeast is dissolved, pour the mixture into a bottle of water. Shake well to combine everything. Now, water your flowers with this mixture. You'll see how much they grow after using this fertilizer. Yeast works as a gentle organic fertilizer. It provides amino acids, proteins, and enzymes that support plant growth and health. Water your geraniums with this yeast solution every 2 to 3 weeks. Make sure to pour it around the base of the plants, avoiding the leaves, and enjoy beautiful flowers all summer long. With these simple tricks, daffodils in a vase can stay fresh for over a week. All you need to do is remember one important detail and add it to the vase. Let's start with trimming the stems after bringing the flowers home from the store. But unlike other flowers, daffodils should not be cut at an angle. Their stems contain a sticky sap. Instead, arrange them into a bouquet and place them on a cutting board. Then, use a knife to trim the stems straight across. This also helps them look better in the vase. It's important not to pack them too tightly together in the water. Never mix daffodils with other flowers. It turns out that combining tulips and daffodils in one bouquet is a bad idea. Most florists would be horrified. The reason is surprising. Such a mix wouldn't last long because of the unique nature of daffodils. Their stems release a milky sap that is toxic to other flowers. Placing them in the same water as other blooms would cause the entire bouquet to wilt much faster. Also, remember not to place cut daffodils directly on plates or as table decorations for food. Their sap can be toxic if ingested. Did you know about this? Here's the secret ingredient that will help your daffodils last much longer: a simple ice cube. How does it work? Daffodils are spring flowers and prefer cool temperatures over warmth. That's why you shouldn't place them on a sunny windowsill. On warmer days, dropping an ice cube into the vase will cool the water and keep the flowers fresh. But that's not the only trick. Add 1 spoonful of this simple ingredient to the water, and your daffodils will stay upright and bloom much longer. These flowers are known for their short lifespan, especially when cut. But there's a secret solution hiding in your kitchen cupboard. First, always trim the stems. Next, pour warm water into a small bowl and dip the stems in for a few seconds. The warmth will open up the water channels inside the stems, helping them absorb moisture better. This will keep the flowers hydrated and firm. Afterward, place them in a vase with fresh water. Repeat this step every 2 days. Now, for the secret ingredient, citric acid. Just add half a teaspoon to the vase. It prevents bacteria from growing and lowers the water's pH, stopping the flowers from rotting. There's one small but crucial detail that many people overlook, which can ruin your daffodils. If you forget this step, they will wilt much faster. Pay close attention to the water level in the vase. The stems should not be fully submerged. Daffodils don't need much water. To keep them fresh longer, pour only a small amount, just about 3 centimeters deep, so that only the stem tips are in the water. This simple trick will help your flowers last much longer and stay beautiful for days.